Hello, comic book collectors and enthusiasts. I'm Brandon, and you're watching M.O.N.Comics. Hey, welcome back, YouTube, everyone out there watching. Today's video, I wanted to go over my mail pickups from last week. So I got them in last week from different sellers, and just wanted to show you what I'm picking up, what I got being in the middle of nowhere sent to me, and I was quite happy with to add these to the collection. First book I got was Detective Comics 474. This is the first Silver Age appearance of Deadshot. This is 1977. Deadshot's first appearance is in Batman 59. Covered by Marshall Rogers, Terry Austin, and Tatiana Wood, and the story by Steve Englehart. Just love Batman, love Deadshot. I love this cover, how the cape forms into Deadshot's head, and he's got Batman in his sights. I got a pretty good deal on this. Every book in this video tonight I paid below fair market value for. This one was really nice, except you can see that one chip there. But other than that, this book is in gorgeous condition. And, you know, it's really hard to get a hold of the very first appearance. So, second appearance is great. I got this from Comicdepot on Whatnot. I will obviously be putting little images up above like I did before with screenshots of their sales page, and then I'll also put them in the comments, the description of the comments. So not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I might just read it. Don't really, that ship would really hurt the grade. Otherwise, almost perfect book. Next book that I picked up was actually off of a Facebook group. It came out of the Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics group. I can't remember the name, and honestly, I probably wouldn't give it just to let him remain anonymous. But it's Prince Namer, the Submariner, 13. This was 1969, written by Roy Thomas and Marie Severin, and cover art by Marie Severin. It's the first and only appearance of Gargantos in comics. And it's funny, this the creature that was in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness was actually based on Shumagorath, which Marvel doesn't have the rights to right now, so they called it Gargantos. But I didn't have any Submariner. I wanted to read some, and everyone knows these covers, the black covers, kind of show everything, but this is in really good condition. It's a really beautiful book. I love the cover. I get drawn in by cover art a lot of the time. I mean, I do love reading the books, but cover art is like, you know, I was an artist as a kid, and I could never draw this good. So I was happy to add this, pick this up to my collection, and probably give it a read. The next book is a popular one. A lot of people picking this up lately. It is The Uncanny X-Men, number 145. Chris Claremont, Dave Cockrum cover and art. And it's just a classic. This one, I believe they go to rescue. The X-Men go to rescue Arcade. And Doom sets a trap in his castle. And I think he turns Storm to stone and he neutralizes the rest of the X-Men. But he's a Doom bot anyways. But I'm not a real heavy X-Men collector per se. If I see a good deal, I'll pick it up. But I am a big Doom fan, and I love Doom on the covers. And what really I love about this comic is that someone, one of my friends who collects comics was talking to me. Doom's castle, in this one, it's based in the Adirondack Mountains. And I'll actually put a little blip up here of where it says that. And I'm only an hour and a half south of the Adirondack. So I thought that was funny. You know, Professor X's school is in upstate New York, which is Westchester. I'm even more north of that. And then Dr. Doom, one of his castles is in the mountains of the Adirondack. So I thought that was cool. I needed to own that since it's, you know, very close to my locale. I got this one. I got this book from Robot Monster Island, my good friend James. It is a very, very clean book. This would probably, if I had to guess, 9.2, 9.4. If I were to get it graded, I don't know if I'm going to yet. I'm a sucker for graded Doom covers, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that one, but I do love it, and I'm glad to own it. The next 4 purchases came from the same person on Whatnot by the name of Vegas Finds 777. They sell vinyl, they sell comics, they just kind of sell a little bit of everything. But the first book I got from them was ASM 239, the second appearance of Hobgoblin. And I believe this is the first one that they actually fight in. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 238 is a little pricey for me right now. It's a beautiful book. I hope to own it someday. But if you can't own the first one, how about the second one? So this is 1983. It was written by Roger Stern and covered by John Romita Jr. and Al Milgren. And I love this book. I love the Hobgoblin. I'm a sucker for the Goblins, period. But this one was in really good condition as well. Again, they showed it to me before. This was one they had, and We just kind of came to a deal on it. They didn't auction or anything. We kind of talked back and forth about prices. I was able to go into Cover Price and check some eBay sales to make sure the price was fair, and they were very fair about it. They were awesome, actually. They worked with me, and I think I might have paid them a little more just to show thanks for it, because I really wanted this book. But I love the cover, love Hobgoblin on the glider, but I love the Goblin's face in the background, Spider-Man's upside down, so awesome book. Happy to own it. Like I said, I'm a sucker for Goblin covers, so I picked up these from Vegas Find 777 as well. Amazing Spider-Man 177. Well, let's go down the line. 177. Any Green Goblin on a cover. I have Amazing Spider-Man 122 that is currently getting pressed and cleaned, and I'm going to submit that for grading, The Death of the Green Goblin. But I'm a huge, ever since growing up, me and some of my best friends are Green Goblin fans, and anytime I see a book with a Goblin on the cover, I'm happy to add it to the collection. I might try to get like every Goblin book. I think that would be a fun run to put together. So 177, 178, Mary Jane, Aunt May, and Spider-Man and Green Goblin duking it out in the background. Again, really nice condition book. I did pay below fair market value for all of these books. He had them in his auction slot, so any had condition listed. I was able to go and check out fair market value for these books before I even started bidding on the books and how much max I was going to spend, and I ended up picking it up. So 177, 178, and 179. So yeah, I had to get them all. They were right there. Another one with a Green Goblin cover. I haven't read any of these yet, but I'm going to. And another great condition book, all from Vegas Find 777. So yeah, I spent a lot of my time and my comic allowance there that week. All three of these books do have the same writer, Ross Andrew, and the covers are done by Len Wein. So yeah, very cool to pick those up. And the last item I picked up isn't a comic by any means, but my buddy Gnomeythe on Whatnot had this in his show. He sells some comics, but he does action figures too. And he had this gem, 1992 X-Men, Uncanny X-Men's X-Force Deadpool. This is the first Deadpool action figure. And I didn't realize, but the sword had fallen out of its placeholder, but I don't care. He's like, you should open it. And I was like, I think I'm just going to put it on the wall behind me. As you can see, I'm still working through getting the setup complete. I need another row of shelves, and then I'll have some more books to display there. But I like this guy hanging up behind me. So, yeah, very cool. Happy to add it to my collection. Thank you, Gnomeythe. So that's it for today, folks. I just wanted to show you some of the books I picked up from the middle of nowhere. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment below and tell me which book do you like the best. I wanted to share something else pretty cool I got this week, too. I work at a local college in facilities in one of the residential buildings, and one day I saw a student who was doing some artwork on a poster. It was just a poster to promote a sports team, I believe. But I said, wow, that poster is really good. And he said, yeah, I'm an art major. And I was like, oh, what else do you draw? And he brought out he's a big manga fan, anime, but he had some cool comic art. We started talking about comic book artists, cover artists. He knew some of mine, I knew some of his, and we immediately bonded in that respect. And I had a great talk with him. We continued to talk. So I thought it would be really nice. This was right before Christmas of this year. So I knew he was into, like I said, anime. So I found, I believe, Demon Wars #1, and I sent that to him. It was a CGC 9.8, so I surprised him. I just said, give me your address. I have a Christmas present for you. And he's a lot younger than me, obviously, so I thought this might kickstart him into collecting something or seeing some different art out there in the comic world. So I sent it to him, and his parents were kind. They sent back presents for my family as well, which is very much appreciated. But what I didn't expect is when the student came back, I won't say his name, I'll keep him anonymous. We'll just call him LD. When LD came back, he was kind enough to present me with this original artwork that he drew, his own comic cover, and it's called The Felatiers. And he said he wanted to go with kind of like a cosmic but medieval feel on these characters, and I was taken aback. You know, this just shows what the comic world, talking comics and art of comics can bring people together, and I was really pumped. I'm so happy to add this to my room. I want to get it framed. I love the black and white, and I would like to see him continue on with this comic because I think that this is really sweet, and he did a great job. So big thanks to LD. I'm very grateful that I am able to work around such cool students that appreciate similar stuff I do. So thank you, man.